Good morning to all of you. Myself Vijay Kumar, lecture in biology, Government Senior Secondary School, Chambo, District Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh. Welcome you all once again in 10+1 biology class. My dear friends, in the last class we have discussed about the cell, the unit of life, the fundamental unit of life for the living organism. We have studied about the various type of different cells, the prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, then plant cell, animal cell. Today we are going to discuss an very important aspect of the cell, which is the cell theory. And after cell theory we are going to discuss about some of the structural constituent or structural component of the cells. Let us discuss. You see, cell theory is the later concept what first of all German botanist M.J. Schleiden in 1838 and British zoologist Theodore Swan in 1839 separately, because Schleiden he was working with plants, while the Swan as a zoologist he works on the animals. They proposed an hypothesis which is called the cell hypothesis, and this hypothesis states that cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. One. Second, all living organisms are made up of cells. पहला, सेल जीवन की सबसे छोटी संरचनात्मक और कार्यात्मक इकाई है, और दूसरा कि सभी के सभी जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म है वे सेल से बने होते हैं. थर्ड वन, सेल हैव लिविंग मैटर इन इट कॉल्ड प्रोटोप्लाज्म. सेल के अंदर एक जीवित पदार्थ होता है जिसे प्रोटोप्लाज्म कहा जाता है. These are the postulates of cell hypothesis. It remained as it is till 1855, when Rudolf Virchow he put forward the theory of cell lineage. Very simply, omni cellula e cellulae, which means new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Theory of cell lineage. New cells arise from pre-existing cells. With this cell hypothesis, the status of the cell hypothesis rise to the cell theory. And the cell theory states that the two main points I am discussing with you, I am summarizing the whole theory in 2 points. The one is, all living organisms are composed of cells and products of cells. जितने भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म इस धरती पर हैं, they are made up of cells or either their products. And second one, all cells arise from pre-existing cells. Cell hypothesis की जो limitation थी वो सबसे बड़ी ये थी, the limitation of the cell hypothesis is that it was not explaining that from where the cell arises. Rudolf Virchow's theory of cell lineage in 1855 proving that or showing that new cells they arise from the pre-existing cells. So these are the two postulates of cell theory. Now let us discuss the structural component of cell one by one. In some of the plants, fungi, prokaryotes, मैं अगर बताऊं there are 5 kingdoms: Monera, protists, fungi, plantae and animalia. Among these 5, the kingdom which is totally lacking the cell wall is kingdom animalia. Otherwise, cell wall is present in prokaryotes, monerans, then in some of the protists, in fungi, in plants, but not in animals. And what is cell wall? Cell wall is a rigid, hard, rigid semi-elastic, semi-transparent, sportive and protective covering of cell in plants, fungi, prokaryotes and some of the protists. It is a characteristic feature of plants or plant cells. It forms outer covering for the plasma membrane in case of plants and fungi in plants. Plants और fungi in plants and fungi in plants, उनमें इन दोनों किंगडम में ये आउटर मोस्ट कवरिंग बनाता है, cell wall. Let us discuss the cell wall in case of plants. You will see on your screen shown the three cells are there. Three cells are there. They have been shown there. And see these three cells like this. See here. These three cells, suppose these are the three different cells I am drawing here. This is one. Sorry. This is the second one, and suppose if this one is the third one. All these cells, they are having a common wall. This wall is called middle lamella, as it is written on your screen also. Middle lamella. When the cell formation occur in the early stage, with this middle lamella is attached the plasma membrane like this. आप इस कॉन्सेप्ट को थोड़ा सा समझेंगे बच्चे. बिल्कुल इसके साथ चिपका होता है क्या चीज? प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. Okay? You see plasma membrane in your structure in the as a yellowish line. वो पहले यहां था. Okay? There is no cell wall when its formation is going on. First of all, middle lamella got formed and plasma membrane of the cells, there it is attached to this middle lamella. Then what happened? The material from, see here, the material from this cytoplasm of the plant cell, it moves and go to lie between middle lamella and plasma membrane. So the situation became like that, and this, that there is a middle lamella, the plasma membrane got a little bit separated from middle lamella because some of the material from the protoplasm, from the cytoplasm of the plant, it will move in between the middle lamella and this is the plasma membrane. It is plasma membrane here. It is plasma membrane here. Okay. तो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन और मिडिल lamella के बीच में कुछ मटेरियल आ गया और वो डिपॉजिट हो गया, and it is the protective layer which is called the cell wall, my dear friends. And this is the first form cell wall. So for that it is called primary cell wall. See here, it is the primary cell wall. और अभी आप देख रहे होंगे कि वहां तो प्राइमरी बाहर बनी है, सेकेंडरी अंदर बना है. वो क्यों? देखिए. Now what happened? अभी तक हमने क्या देखा कि अभी प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन और इसके बीच में क्या आ चुका है? See here, this primary cell wall. Now the more material, when the growth of the primary cell wall got completed, then more material will move from cytoplasm of the plant cell and go and deposit in between where? Middle lamella. Then see here, green color से बना रहा हूं primary cell wall. Between the primary cell wall and what? plasma membrane. Between the primary cell wall and plasma membrane. This one. And now plasma membrane go to lie there. Now this material which has been deposited between the primary cell wall and what? Plasma membrane, this is called secondary cell wall. तो हमने क्या देखा कि पहले सबसे पहले प्राइमरी सेल वॉल बना, उसके कारण जो प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन था वो सेपरेट हो गया किससे? मिडिल लैमेला से। फिर सेकेंडरी सेल वॉल बना और उसमें क्या हुआ? जो मटेरियल है वो डिपॉजिट हुआ प्राइमरी सेल वॉल और what? Plasma membrane. Then you will see from inside of the cell. When we see from the inside of the cell, there is a plasma membrane, then secondary cell wall, then primary cell wall, then middle lamella. And it is in front of you, my dear friends, in this picture also. See from inside of the cell, plasma membrane, secondary cell wall, then primary cell wall, then middle lamella. The picture can be, it can be, very clear in this view particularly. See here, in this case, you will see the blue line which is showing the middle lamella. Then, okay, inner to that is the secondary cell wall. Secondary cell wall will, deposited in layer one above the another. S1, S2, S3, okay, these are the secondary cell wall. Then you will see the primary cell wall, okay, और अगर मैं inner से बाहर चलूँ then it is the plasma membrane, then secondary cell wall, then primary cell wall, then middle lamella, जैसे मैंने बताया. One more picture is here. You can see from the lumen, outside the lumen there are secondary walls, then primary wall, then the middle lamella. This is the transverse section. One is longitudinal section. You will see here middle lamella in the center. On both sides there are primary walls. On the both sides there are the secondary walls, S1, S2, S3. So, cell wall is an rigid supporting structure. It is an supporting structure to the cell. See here. It is a protective structure. What? It is not only giving shape to the cell. It will give a shape to the cell. But it is not only the function of the cell wall. Cell wall not only gives the shape to the cell, but it also protects the cell from the mechanical injury, from infections. It also allows the cell-to-cell interaction, and it will work as a barrier. It will stop the unwanted macromolecules to enter into the cell. जो unwanted हैं जिनकी जरूरत ही नहीं है उनको भी नहीं आने देते हैं. The cell wall is a very important structure in plant. In case of algae, as I have told you that the characteristic feature of the plants, one of the characteristic features is cell wall. In algae, it is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate. While in some other, like the higher plants, it is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and proteins. While in case of prokaryote, it is made up mainly of the NAG and NAM, N-acetyl glucosamine and N-acetyl muramic acid. While in case of fungi, it is made up of chitin, my dear friends. Then, the middle lamella, the structure which got formed first during the cell formation by the joining of the vesicle of the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi bodies. See here, middle lamella is mainly made up of calcium pectate and it works at a glue कि दो सेल को आपस में बांध के रखता है. It works, it holds and glues the different neighboring cells together. जो neighbor cell है उनको वो बांध के रखता है. This is the middle lamella. There is a structure which is called plasmodesmata. What is the plasmodesmata? Which is basically a connection between the two cells. You will see between these two cells, there is a connection from where the exchange of the cytoplasm of the two cells can occur. So sometimes the cell wall and the middle lamella may be traversed, okay, by the plasmodesmata which connect the cytoplasm of the neighboring cell. This is very important structure, plasmodesmata. Now, the very important structure of the plant cell, cell, in all cells the plasma membrane is there. Why it is important? It is that component of the cell. If it is not present, my dear friends, cell will be no more there. It maintains the living nature of the cell. It maintains the internal environment of the cell. So it is very, very important. As a definition, it can be defined as the outermost in case of plant cell, okay? Animal cell. In case of animal cell, it is outermost. It may be defined as the thin, outermost, elastic, semi-permeable, sometimes, otherwise selectively permeable. Under certain condition, semi-permeable, otherwise selectively permeable. Trilaminar, mean three-layered boundary of the cell, which control the exit and entry and exit of molecules into and out of the cell. Cell के अंदर किसी चीज ने आना है, किसी चीज ने बाहर जाना है, as per the requirement of the cell to maintain the cell homeostasis, as I have discussed in the earlier chapters when I am discussing the living organisms. It will maintain that. So plasma membrane is very important structure. It is the edge of life, I can say. अगर ये plasma membrane है, इससे बाहर जीवन नहीं है, इसके अंदर जीवन है. For that reason I am saying it is the edge of life, the boundary that separates the living cell from the non-living environment. In our cell there is life, outside the cell there is no life. The boundary, the edge is plasma membrane. What kind of the structure this plasma membrane has? What kind of the function they occur in the plasma membrane? Let us discuss them one by one. As I discussed with you, the one very important aspect, one very important word, semi-permeable and permeable. What kind of the word this is? What kind of the nature of the membrane is this? It is the membrane permeability. Permeability is nothing, it is the, it's the ability of a membrane to allow the molecule of solute and solvent to pass across it or through it. किसी भी मेम्ब्रेन की वह क्षमता जिसके द्वारा वह सॉल्यूट और सॉल्वेंट को अपने आर पार जाने देती है, उसे परमेबिलिटी कहते हैं. On the basis of permeability, there are four types of membranes. One is impermeable, one is permeable, one is semi-permeable, one is selectively permeable. Impermeable. See in the picture. There are solute and solvent. See, on the second side of impermeable membrane, there is nothing, no solute, no solvent. It means it is not allowing not the solvent, not the solute, nor the solvent, neither the solute. किसी को भी नहीं जाने देती है. The membrane which do not allow both the solvent and solute to pass across it, this kind of the membrane, they are called the impermeable membrane. Then comes the permeable. Allow both these. You can see this is the membrane having the pores in between. So allowing the solvent and solute to move. Solute are of two kinds. One are small, one are large. It is allowing both the solute. So the membrane which allow both the solute and solvent to pass across it, these are called the permeable membrane. Now the semi-permeable. As you know, semi-deluxe vehicles are there. Semi-deluxe or deluxe. Deluxe is having all the facilities, while semi-deluxe is having some of the facilities, और other one are the ordinary buses. Facility बैठने की है, बाकी other luxury जो facilities हैं वो नहीं होती हैं ordinary buses में. Semi में कुछ है, deluxe में तो पूरी facilities है. Volvo का नाम आपने सुना होगा. वैसे ही semi mean half, permeable mean permeability. You will see on one side there are solute and solvent is there. What on second side you will find only the solvent molecules. What does it mean? ये ऐसी मेम्ब्रेन है जो अपने आर पार सिर्फ सॉल्वेंट को जाने देती है, सॉल्यूट को नहीं. सॉल्वेंट कैन पास, what solute cannot pass, whether large whether small. So the membrane which allow only the solvent molecules, which is majorly the water, which allow the membrane which allow only the solvent molecule to pass through it, these are called the semi-permeable membranes. While see the selectively permeable membrane on the fourth side, you will see there is the solute and solvent. It will allow all the solvent to move, or the solute of only small size. So selecting the solutes, सिलेक्शन किया कि केवल कौन से जाएंगे, स्मॉल साइज के जाएंगे, बड़े वाले नहीं मूव कर सकते हैं, इसलिए सिलेक्टिवली बोला. डिफरेंशियली बोला, डिफरेंस कर दिया, डिफरेंशियली परमेबल. सो सिलेक्टिवली परमेबल और डिफरेंशियली परमेबल मेम्ब्रेन इज द मेम्ब्रेन विच अलाउ all the solvent to move through it or pass across it. What? The solute of only small size. So the plasma membrane is basically of the differentially or selectively permeable nature. What under certain conditions it behave as semi-permeable. For that reason, my dear friends, I have written there semi-permeable or selectively permeable. Now see, the term cell membrane was given by the Nagel and Cremo, sometime asked in the NEET. Then plasma lemma by the Plough, unit membrane by the Robertson, biomembrane by the Singer and Nicholson. अभी डिस्कस करेंगे who is Singer and Nicholson. Two very famous scientists contribute a lot in the structure and functional aspect of plasma membrane. Then plasma membrane by the Pfeffer. See, these are the two men, S.J. Singer and G.L. Nicholson. They have proposed the best model of cell membrane structure, which is the fluid mosaic model. What is the fluid mosaic? Fluid and mosaic, there are two words. Mosaic means mixture of something. Fluid means fluidity. Fluidity इसमें fluidity हो. See, according to the fluid mosaic model, plasma membrane is just like the protein icebergs submerged in the sea of phospholipids. जैसे प्रोटीन के टापू जो हैं वे डूबे हुए हों किसमें, फॉस्फोलिपिड के समुद्र में. Plasma membrane chemically consists of 52% of the proteins, 40% of lipid, rest the oligosaccharides and proteins, my dear. Other proteins and oligosaccharides, the carbohydrates with 2 to 6 units, monosaccharide units. तो oligosaccharides आप करेंगे भी बायोमोलिक्यूल्स में, पर कार्बोहाइड्रेट याद रखें. Then see, this is the structure of the plasma membrane. सेल के अंदर साइटोप्लाज्म कहा, उसके बाहर तो आप देखें एक तरफ को साइटोप्लाज्मिक और इंटरसेलुलर फ्लूइड है, और बाहर जो आउटर एनवायरनमेंट है उसको इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड कहते हैं या एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर फ्लूइड कहते हैं. इन दोनों फ्लूइड के बीच में क्या पड़ा हुआ है, एक प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन पड़ी. मैंने कहा था ना, इट सेपरेट द प्रोटोप्लाज्म फ्रॉम द आउटर नॉन लिविंग एनवायरनमेंट. सो इट इज मेड अप ऑफ two layers of the phospholipids. Let us see here in the screen on the blackboard. This is the lipid molecule, my dear friends. This is one lipid, this is another, and this lipid is having an head and a tail. Head is hydrophilic, hydrophilic. Hydro means water and philus means loving, water loving. Head is hydrophilic while tail is hydrophobic. मैं डिस्कस करूंगा आपसे. टेल इज हाइड्रोफोबिक. ओके, so this is there. Okay, now see the condition is there. Why the two layers? I have written here phospholipid bilayer. Why two phospholipid layer? Why not a single layer? You know, this is extracellular fluid, and inside this there is it is here साइटोप्लाज्म. सेल के एक तरफ में साइटोप्लाज्म है, दूसरी तरफ में इंटरस्टिशियल फ्लूइड और ईसीएफ है. साइटोप्लाज्म also have the water, ECF also have the water. Head of the phospholipid, this head, it is hydrophilic, this is hydrophobic. ये पानी से डरता है. Phobia mean fear. It is not water loving. Tail is not water loving. Why? You can draw like this, head and tail. So it is not possible when the water is on the both side, head is on one side. It's not satisfying that it can stand like this or it can orient like this. It can be present like this because it is never favoring the water. It is never loving the water. So one more phospholipid molecule is there whose head is toward the cytoplasm, and this phospholipid's head is toward the ECF. While the hydrophobic tails, they orient away from the watery fluids, both the cytoplasm and the ECF, and they are oriented toward each other like this. You can see like this. हम ऐसे भी इसको ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. देखिए इसीलिए फॉस्फोलिपिड बाइलेयर है बेटा. There are two layers. Okay. This hydrophobic tail, it have fatty acids. Both one chain having saturated, one is having but unsaturated fatty acid. Fatty acids होते हैं, आप इतना याद कर लीजिए. कहाँ? टेल में. और हेड में क्या होता है? वन इज फॉस्फेट ग्रुप प्लस ग्लिसरॉल अल्कोहल. जो आप लिपिड के बारे में पढ़ेंगे आप समझेंगे. मैं थोड़ा सा बता रहा हूं आपको. ग्लिसरॉल एंड फॉस्फेट ग्रुप इन हेड एंड फैटी एसिड इन टेल. ओके, सो दिस इज द फॉस्फोलिपिड बाइलेयर, वन कंपोनेंट. द प्रोटीन्स दे आर ग्लोबुलर, वो ग्लोबुलर है, and some of the proteins they are present outside this phospholipid bilayer. These are basically called whether they are toward ICF, interstitial fluid, or toward cytoplasm, they are called extrinsic proteins. आपकी स्क्रीन पे भी है, देखिए जो पिक्चर आपके सामने लगा है. These are extrinsic and जो बाहर पड़ी है. और दूसरी तरह की प्रोटीन कौन सी होंगी बेटा? जो लिपिड लेयर उसके अंदर पड़ी है. प्रभु दो प्रकार की है. There are two kinds. One are partially submerged, one are fully submerged. The partially submerged proteins, the protein which are partially submerged in the phospholipid bilayer, they are called integral proteins. Integral proteins. While the other one which are there, these are the tunnel proteins which are fully present. They are tunnel proteins. They have a pore in between them which is of the size 1 to 5 angstrom. Okay, see this picture is also showing the protein. Channel protein is also the name for tunnel protein. Channel protein or tunnel protein. Peripheral protein or extrinsic protein are also called the peripheral proteins. इस पिक्चर में देखिए आप, क्लियर है. Peripheral proteins, it is having, tunnel protein is having a pore. Okay, one more aspect you will see. Antenna-like structure will be there. These are the carbohydrates, oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides, they may either get associated with the proteins or either with lipids. When they attach to the proteins, they are called the glycoprotein. When they attach to the lipid, they are called the glycolipids. Okay? So this is about the fluid mosaic model. As you can see on the picture, it is just like, the sea of what? Sea of phospholipid is there. Proteins are submerged in it. Attach some of the carbohydrate to the lipid and the protein both. These lipids, they are giving an quasi-fluid nature to the plasma membrane. The phospholipid, they make it a quasi-fluid nature. Fluidity is there. Fluid में चीजें move कर सकती हैं. Due to this quasi-fluid nature, the proteins can move from one layer to another. There are two kind of movements are there. Either these lipids they can move there between the two layers. Either they can move between same layer. Either the proteins can move from this layer to this layer. Okay. So the proteins can also move, the lipids can also move. This is the fluidity nature. This is the quasi-fluid. Quasi means not completely fluidy, partially fluidy. So, according to fluid mosaic model, the plasma membrane have quasi-fluid nature due to the presence of phospholipid. This nature enables the lateral movement of the proteins within the overall bilayer. This ability to move within the membrane is known as the fluidity. So membrane is fluid in nature. It helps in the various important, or it can help in the various important functions like cell growth, formation of the intercellular junctions, secretion, endocytosis, and the cell division. This quasi-fluid nature help in all these aspects of the cell. Now the very important function of the cell membrane, as I told you in the definition, that whether some molecule want to move inside the cell, whether to move, it have to move outside the cell. This movement will be regulated by the plasma membrane, and this movement of the atom, molecules or ions across the membrane, it is in and out of the cell, it is called the transport. मॉलिक्यूल अंदर और बाहर आने जाने की जो या एटम्स की आयंस की जो प्रक्रिया है उसे ट्रांसपोर्ट कहा जाता है. पर अंदर आना और बाहर जाना, इसमें एनर्जी लगती है या नहीं लगती है? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द यूज ऑफ द एनर्जी, इट्स ऑफ टू टाइप. वन इज पैसिव, वन इज एक्टिव. सी ट्रांसपोर्ट इज ऑफ टू टाइप, वन इज पैसिव एंड वन इज एक्टिव. मैंने लिखा है पैसिव इज यूजिंग नो एटीपी, no energy is used, while in active there is a use of energy is there. Passively mean it occurs by the process of diffusion and osmosis and facilitated diffusion, while active transport is involving the proteins. Active transport have involvement of proteins and ATP, that is the energy. So passive transport is the transport of the atom, molecules and ions across the plasma membrane, in and out, without the use of the ATP or energy, while the transport or the movement of the atom, molecules or ions across the plasma membrane or cell membrane or membrane using the ATP energy, it is called or it is known as the active transport. Passive, the main two processes which are involved in the passive transport. One is the osmosis, one is the diffusion. Diffusion, as we know, is the movement of the molecule from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. From the higher concentration to the lower concentration. While in osmosis, it is the osmosis. Remember, whenever there is osmobar, it means water. If we want to move, there are two solutions. If there are two solutions, like interstitial fluid and the cytoplasm, and I want that only the water should be moved, then what to do? We have to put a semi-permeable membrane. So here is a semi-permeable membrane between the two solution. Only the solvent can move. Solvent always move from the lower concentration to higher concentration. Solution. What? From the higher concentration of the water to the lower concentration of the water. So the movement of the water molecules from its higher concentration to its lower concentration across the semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis, while the movement of the atom molecules or ions from high concentration solution to the low concentration solution, it is known as the diffusion. The active transport, the very good example is sodium potassium pump. As I have told you, it involves the use of energy. And one more thing, by using the energy, we can move even the molecules or atoms or ions from their lower concentration to their higher concentration, that is against the concentration gradient. So active transport, it occurs against the concentration gradient or uses energy, ATP. So very important, it requires energy as a fuel, that is the ATP is required here. The very good example in case of plasma membrane is sodium potassium pump, my dear friends. The sodium potassium pump is involved here in this plasma membrane. See here. A protein is present here, my dear friends. Suppose this is the protein. It has two sides. Sorry, it is like this. I can draw like this. मैं समझाने के लिए कर रहा हूँ आपको. अंदर की तरफ इसमें साइटोप्लाज्म की तरफ इसमें क्या है? 3 साइड्स हैं, वाइंडिंग साइड्स, और बाहर की तरफ को 2 साइड्स है. बाहर पोटेशियम का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज्यादा होता है और अंदर सोडियम का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज्यादा होता है. सो यहाँ पे 3 सोडियम आयन जुड़ेंगे और यहाँ पे 2 के लिए जगह है तो 2 पोटेशियम आयन जुड़ेंगे और एनर्जी यूज किया जाएगा जो आपकी स्ट्रक्चर में है और वो रोटेट करेगा 180 डिग्री में. It will rotate on the 180 degree. So 3 position toward outside and 2 toward inside, releasing the 2 potassium inside and 3 sodium outside. I am just giving you the idea. So this is the pump. Pump is the any process. To pump it requires energy. So this is the sodium potassium pump, which is involved or which is showing the active transport in the plasma membrane. So there are two kind of the transport. One is the active transport, one is the passive transport. As we have discussed some of the aspects of plasma membrane today, go through these contents. This is very important. Go through the NCERT book, HP board, biology book, and other concerned book for more knowledge, and subscribe my YouTube channel with this link. Press the bell icon button. Surely you will get more notification for the more new videos. Till then, bye to all.